Alrighty, welcome to the Herschel channel. Welcome to video 1.a. Wait, B is the second one. The first one was correct. Today's topic will be the same topic that I have to re-record, which is wage raises. Or incentives. It says incentives for businesses through tax deductions. So you have Bob's boxes, right? You know, this is his factory. And let's say Bob employs 100 people, right? He's paying them each $15. That's a pot. $15. Right? So that means his total employment cost per hour is $1,500. Let's say per hour, Bob's making 100 or 10. I was gonna say $10,000, right? You subtract the workers, that's $8,500. Right? Obviously he has some other things, but we'll say that this is his profit after material costs, and we're just taking in wage costs, right? I don't know any tax percentages or how it works per year or whatever, how much the company needs to make, but we'll just say, worst case scenario, he's paying 50% in taxes. So he's at least gonna have to pay $4,250 and give it to the federal government. Right? Bob obviously doesn't want to pay the federal government. So I'm thinking of having a tax code where obviously he can't deduct the wage amount, right? So I think from what my tests were on Desmos is that, let's say he's paying 15. If he gave all of his employees a $1 raise, right? He has to pay $100 per hour more, right? And with the tax code, which would be the deduction, shadow worker deduction. Basically, for every $1 raise you pay your employees, you would be able to write off as if you gave them a $5 raise or a $4 raise. But you're only paying the cost, which is the difference of over here. I guess you're writing down that you're paying $300 and this one you're paying $400. But you're not actually paying this. Or Bob isn't, right? So if we go back to the original problem, after taxes, that's how much he gets to keep in profit. Let's say Bob gives all of his employees a $1 raise at the 1 to $5 ratio, or 1 cent for 5 cents, right? So he would obviously have to raise, well, actually, the chart will show you. Look at the chart. It should say, if we do the math right, if we have a ratio of 5 to 1, or 1 to 5, he's going to be paying $1,600, right? In whatever costs, in employment costs, and he gets to keep $8,400. Then you would subtract the difference of these two, which would be 4, and then, well, you'd multiply it by 100 because you're employing 100 people. So he would get to subtract an additional $400 from his total, which leaves him a taxable income of $8,000, right? Which then, the government would take half. So the government would only take $400. He would end up with $4,400. So he would make a profit. He would make a bigger profit by paying his employees more, right? Obviously, you're going to see on the chart, you would have to limit this, right? So I would say you would have to put a 10% maximum, right, on how much more you could pay your employees per year. Because at this 5 ratio, it's very profitable for the company to give raises, right? And a 10% or even less would help meet that 2% target. So it would allow the government to cut more because, we'll actually raise interest rates because, people are getting raises by doing nothing. Companies are being, like, if I told you, hey, if you gave all your employees a $1 raise, you'll make $400, or actually, which was the other one? 4,200? 4,250? If I told you, if you kept paying your employees this amount, you make this. But if you give them a $1 raise, you'll make $150 more per hour. Obviously, the company would probably take this choice over this choice. The only problem is the government does want to steal everybody's money. So I don't know how well this would be able to be implemented, since the government does have the giant deficit to be paid. One idea is that this could be implemented at maybe the state level, right? So, I don't know what the tax codes are for the states, but yeah, that's basically the whole plan. And that wraps up video B, 1B.